There's Alex Tagliani, whose car ownership changed over the winter. That car that he is driving, which is really the same team as last year, is now owned by Sam Schmidt Motorsports. Now let's go down for the command to start engines to get us rolling here in Birmingham.
Alabama race fans, are you ready? It's time for those most famous words in motorsports. Please welcome Rick Burgess and Bill Bubba Bussey from the Rick and Bubba Show as they give the command.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all start your engines.
Let me hear you.
A lot of new colors that you will have to become familiar with. We'll guide you through it here this afternoon. Well, there's Honda's fastest seat in motorsports, the sweepstakes winner. Very popular decision. You'll have 6 chances to win, so log on to shophonda.com to enter. Now, this week's lucky winner is Deborah Dambra from Fort Wayne, Indiana. And by logging on to shophonda.com, Deborah won the opportunity to start today's race in the IZOD 2-seater driven by Al Unser Jr.
Yes, it's worth noting that Deborah's not actually driving, so the graphic is, just in case you were wondering, that's a heck of a prize if you actually get to drive the 2-seater.
Deborah getting, I'm sure, a thrill of a lifetime. Deborah, can you hear me? So what do you think as you're pacing the field for the start of this race with Al Unser Jr. sitting in front of you?
This really proves it is the fastest seat in sports. Thank you, Honda, and thank you, IZOD, for this chance of a lifetime. Thank you so much.
Well, Deborah, thank you for being a fan of the IZOD Indycar Series, and I'm sure that you're going to enjoy the ride here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the IZOD Indycar season.
Thank you so much.
Now the field begins to form up behind the pace car. Yesterday, Will Power once again won his 2nd straight Peak Pole Award. It was the 18th of his career. His speed was 115.878 miles an hour, and that pole, his 18th of his career, moved him to 13th on the all-time pole list. Congratulations to Will Power, who will once again be setting the pace for today's event. And we have an onboard camera with him and several others that we will run through. But meanwhile, let's take a look at the starting lineup as we get set for the start of today's race. Ryan Briscoe will start alongside Will Power in row number 1. In the 2nd row, Scott Dixon and last year's winner, Helio Castroneves. In row number 3, Justin Wilson and Oriol Serbia.
Yeah, and don't forget, Justin Wilson's got a hairline fracture in his left wrist that he got at the St. Pete wreck. And I'll tell you what, that's going to be tough here, Jan. I mean, Jan did a great job on his Professor B on what happens when you take a shot in one of these Indy cars. And I'll tell you what, he's going to be hurting after today, I believe.
Row number 4, Dario Franchitti and James Hinchcliffe.
And James Hinchcliffe, as a rookie, not just a rookie, but doing his very first IndyCar race, gridded next to Franchitti. He is turning some heads here for sure.
Starting 9th and 10th, Marco Andretti and Graham Rahal, who is with a new team this year. Takuma Sato and Alex Tagliani starting in 11th and 12th position for today's race. And back in row number 7, the gal who impressed us all at St. Petersburg, Simona Di Silvestro and Rafael Matos. And as we look at the rest of the starting lineup, there are 5 rookies in today's field. 2 of them are making their very first start in IZOD IndyCar Series competition, James Hinchcliffe and Simone Pagenaud, although Pagenaud has an extensive record in open wheel racing. Look at Tony Kanaan, who is starting back in the 24th position, and a couple of rookies back in the final row in today's event. Tony Kanaan will be starting in 24th position, and we will be watching him move forward from his onboard camera. Carrying car number 82, we'll talk more about that as we move forward. J.R. Hildebrand starting 15th. And he drives for Panther Racing this year, and the car sponsored by the National Guard. Simona Di Silvestro, can she duplicate the performance that she turned in 2 weeks ago at St. Petersburg, finishing in 4th position? Dario Franchitti, all the way back in 7th position, missing the Firestone Fast 6 in his qualifying yesterday. And notice his colors are blue. You normally see him in red Target, but not this week. Clorox, the sponsor, blew the colors. Ryan Briscoe, one of those involved in the first lap crash at St. Petersburg, will be on the outside of row number 1. And Will Power, who started on the pole here last year, finished in 4th position, will start on pole again.
So much of this race can often come down to fuel strategy. Here's your baseline. 3 pit windows. I have a feeling, look at the very bottom there, need 31 laps for a 2-stop race. I think a lot of people in these warm temperatures will try that today.
Although the season started 2 weeks ago, many of us have been waiting for this moment through a long, cold, and icy winter in the state of Indiana. We thought it would never end. The heart now is pounding just a little bit faster. How will the start be here at St. Petersburg? Here at Barber, will it be a repeat of St. Petersburg? Settle back with us. Welcome to the IZOD IndyCar Series on Versus as the Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama is underway. Graham Rahal gets the left side tire, right side tires off the course slightly, but everybody is through okay.
Very clean start. Very nice job. And we got trouble just as we were talking. It looks like,
and it's out.
Hinchcliffe.
James Hinchcliffe. One of the rookies, James Hinchcliffe, moving up from the Firestone Indy Light Series, spins, doesn't stop. We stay green everywhere.
Oh, got more trouble. Looks like we have another car spinning. Right in front, yeah. That was right in front of
and that
Hildebrand.
Is Rafael Matos, who is off course up against the guardrail as the Holmatro safety team arrives on scene, and we do have a full course caution.
So they got through turn 1 and 2 cleanly, but
yes,
as things filed out, things got a little bit rougher.
As you mentioned, J.R. Hildebrand was involved in some way in this, but appears to, yes, he's back under power as Hildebrand. Not the case for Rafael Matos. Brand new team.
Yeah, Gary Peterson, who for a long time was aligned with Andretti Autosport in the Firestone Indy Light Series. This year, Gary Peterson has brought his team to the IZOD IndyCar Series, and his company is AFS, Automatic Fire Sprinklers.
On board was Simona Di Silvestro, and wow, that was the Hinchcliffe. That was Hinchcliffe turning it around quickly. Wow.
And now this is J.R. Hildebrand. That's Matos to his right. This is where the problem will occur. We'll watch closely. Oh, a bang of wheels.
Wow.
But it looks like that Rafa Matos will get back underway. There he is. So
got a lot of damage on that left side pod. I saw a pretty big rip there. Right down there.
Yep.
That's going to have to be repaired.
Good eyes. We're on lap number 2, but we are under caution here at Barber Motorsports Park. It is Power, Castroneves, Dixon, Serbia among the top 5. Back in with more in a moment.
The Honda Indy Grand Prix of Alabama on Versus.
Under caution here at Barber Motorsports Park. Early on in the race, everybody threw 1 and 2 cleanly, but we had a couple of incidents. And one of the guys who certainly made up some ground in the early going of the race was this guy, Tony Kanaan, picking up 10 spots before we went to the full course caution.
Wow, he picked up 4 right there, just going into turn 1. and they get kind of bottled up on the right-hand side.
Oh, 3 wide there.
Boy, that's nice stuff right there. That's great
And that's
driving.
a teammate.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.